very first time that Mosley Jr. has fought here in his birthplace, and he will enjoy some physical advantages here tonight. A height advantage, a reach advantage, and naturally a little bit bigger than Mario Lozano.
Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with trainer Mariano Corral, assisted by Arnulfo Castillo. Wearing black with white trim, he officially weighted 165.2 pounds. An in-ring veteran holding a lengthy record consisting of 43 bouts, 33 victories, 24 wins coming to by way of knockout with 10 defeats. Here is the WBC Fedcar Box former middleweight and welterweight champion, representando Chihuahua, Mexico. Here is Mario El Águila Lozano. And across the ring here tonight, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Bones Adams, assisted by Larry Wade, Mike Leonardi, and cutman Stitch Duran. Wearing green with silver trim, he officially weighed in at already 167.4 pounds. In 22 professional contests, his record is impressive. 18 victories, 10 wins coming to by way of knockout against only 4 defeats. Introducing the former 2-time title holder, residing out of Las Vegas, and now tonight ready to put on a show for his hometown, Pomona, California, the party pride of P-Town. Here is Shane Mosley Jr.
Gentlemen, you are given your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, good, look them up.
So finally the homecoming for Shane Mosley Jr. A bit surprising that he has never fought in his hometown to this point. He wants to put on a show for his friends and family here tonight, and he says he's ready to main event, perhaps in this location, next time out. Mario Lozano, he said he liked this matchup. He said, I don't want to melt down to 160, but I'm fine at 168. And perhaps this is a winnable fight for me. Coming back after a 3-year layoff. Round 1, scheduled for 10. Shane Mosley Jr. in the green trunks, trimmed with silver. Mario Lozano in the black trunks, trimmed with white.
Right off the bat, you see the similarities in technique in Mosley Jr., just like his father. You know, they're a little jittery upper body. You know, they're not much movers, but they carry big power when they let the fist fly.
And very similar to his father as well, Sergio. The Mosleys, they kind of threaten with that left hand, but they're not necessarily snappy jabbers all the time.
That's a good observation. They have a little jitteriness to them. It's a stiff jitteriness, but it works for them because they're so quick-handed.
The right hand connects there for Mosley.
And when they start throwing body shots, whether it's Mosley or Mosley Jr., I mean, they really can bang to the body. I've been in the ring with both of them, and both of them hurt me to the body.
Mosley Jr., of course, coming off the best performance of his career, that win over Gabe Rosado, where he felt that he really put it all together in the best fashion as a pro fighter. But Sergio, you saw him during his fights on the Contender, and you were blown away at times by him as well.
I mean, he shined on the Contender. I mean, the things that he did with Michael Moore and Daniel Baldiva and Devon Lee, I've never seen him like that. But then when he got to the finale for the big reward where all the people were watching to win the championship against Brandon Adams, he just didn't shine. It was all Adams. And that's the thing about Mosley Jr., that he needs to get past that. He needs to have confidence in himself to know that he can become a champion, but he has to have championship performances first.
Speaking of confidence, Mario Lozano was kind of exuding the opposite in a sense. He said that he was a little bit worried about both ring rust and his conditioning, as we pointed out. Although, I mean, he lives in the CrossFit gym, but that's different than boxing.
No, you know, I love the honesty of an older fighter and a veteran. And when he left the meeting, that's what I told you. That's what you get out of honest veterans. You know, guys that are just blue-collared fighters. You know, they're going to try their best, but they're not going to go out there and blow smoke. You know, they know what they are.
Mosley coming up short with that right hand.
So Mosley Jr., it'll serve him right to let him know who the younger, stronger, faster, more active man is, just like he's doing them there. You know, keep Lozano against the corner, touch him to the body, go back to the jab, keep your distance. Let Lozano, the older fighter, use his legs. Then you can maybe get the stoppage later on.
Good start for Shane Mosley Jr. as he punctuates the round with a nice right hand and a pair of left hooks downstairs. Good start for Shane Mosley Jr. here in our co-main event. The veteran Mario Lozano didn't offer a whole lot in the way of offense in the opening round. Perhaps trying to feel out Mosley. He said that in particular, he has to be careful of step back right hands and check hooks, and he kind of took both of those away entirely, Sergio, because he's the one who's been backing up.
Yeah, he has been backing up, but you can see Mosley Jr. coming a lot more confident here. A lot more aggressive in this round. You could see the eagerness to put up a good performance tonight. You know, normally Mosley Jr. is real laid back, waiting for his opponent to come in and make a mistake. Right now, he's initiating the offense.
Right hand to the body there from Lozano. CompuBox totals from our opening round. See Shane Mosley landing 8 shots. Neither man throwing a ton in the opening round in the way of power punches. I mentioned that Lozano, at his peak, even when he was losing fights, was still making for busy rounds, throwing upwards of 70 punches per round.
No, he's definitely a reliable blue-collared worker in there. You know, he comes to fight, and if he's in shape, which he said he wasn't for this fight, then he should start off early, start off fast, you know, throw caution to the wind.
He stressed to us how important it was to get to the inside, and he said that the way for him to do that tonight was to try and make Mosley miss and then jump to the inside.
And right there, Lozano threw a left uppercut, which is his best punch right there, but Mosley Jr. saw it coming, stepped back, and countered nicely. I like the punch selection of Mosley Jr. right there. He's throwing every punch in the book.
Inside the final minute here of round 2.
Oh, nice check hook by Lozano. You know, he caught Mosley Jr. coming in right there with a 1-2.
You certainly see signs of the confidence building for Lozano, getting a little bit more animated. And you know, he didn't really hide his self-doubt in a sense, so perhaps just getting through that opening round was important for him.
Hey, listen, maybe he not only was playing possum in the fighter meeting, but maybe playing possum here in the first round. You know, veterans always have tricks up their sleeve.
So Mosley tried to step around, thinking about a left hook to the body, didn't let it go. A good idea from Mosley Jr. as Lozano tries to step into the left hook of his own. Good shot there from Mosley Jr., but altogether a better round for Mario Lozano after a quiet one in round 1.
That's how he needs to stay against Lozano.
Round 3 underway. Lozano picked it up a little bit in round 2. Mosley Jr. still trying to find an opening here from long range. We've mentioned kind of the pressure and the burden that Mosley Jr.'s name has put upon him throughout his career, but you know, he's always worked very hard to try and prove that he is more than just his father's son. He said that one of his sparring partners told him, "You fight like somebody from where I'm from the streets."
You know, Mosley Jr., I known him since he was a little kid. He's not a mean kid. He doesn't have a chip on his shoulder. You know, he grew up with, you know, not wanting. And that right there is what fighters normally need. They need hunger. You know, whenever you grow up with money, the hunger is not there. So Mosley Jr. had to find a way to be successful as a fighter. If it wasn't to be great like his father, it was just to make a lane for himself, and that's what he's doing. That's what he did.
Well, and perhaps he found that hunger in trying to disprove some of those people as well. He didn't necessarily have it in his upbringing. He had to find it somewhere.
He's always been a confident fighter. Sometimes I would even say just, you know, has illusions of grandeur, because like I said, I would have conversations with him and he would just tell me, I'm gonna be a world champion, I'm gonna be on top of the world. He had high aspirations and he still has them. He has the confidence and he has the ability. All he needs is to have it all the way to the finish line and be consistent every fight. He's coming off a big win with Lozano. If he can get a big win here tonight in his hometown, that's momentum.
Good counter shot there from Mosley Jr. Lozano digging to the body as well.
See, sneaky good body shot there by Mosley Jr. It was an uppercut. You don't really see those shots on the inside by taller fighters. You know, but he bent his knee, he kept his chin down. Good defense. Good jab right there at the end right there, not smothering his footwork either.
Well, you've mentioned in the past that having sparred Mosley Jr. many times, that he's a little bit deceiving. He's quite strong on the inside when he gets there.
Very strong. The thing is, he doesn't throw enough punches to keep you worried about that power. It's ones and twos, but if he can start putting his punches together with confidence, yeah, he's a hard puncher.
See Lozano trying to march forward with body shots there, some of them landing. A little bit unorthodox.
But the thing about boxing or any sport, you have to have success to be confident.
Well, with more on the relationship between Shane Mosley Jr. and Sr., we throw it over to Beto Duran.
And it's been rocky, up and down. Father and son have butted heads many times. But speaking with Shane Mosley Jr., this week was different because his father has been around. Since the birth of Shane Jr.'s daughter a few months ago, he said the relationship between he and his father has gotten better. They've both lowered their guard, and his father was here with them at the press conference. They actually took pictures together, portraits done by Kristen Skata, and it was a really cool moment. I showed Shane about that. He said, look, I can't fight in my hometown, have my entire family here, and not have my dad here. It wouldn't be right. The fact that my dad's here, he's not my trainer, but he's giving me advice, and he's being here as a father, and that's it, and that's what I've always needed.
Thank you so much, Beto.
And that's how a dynamic in boxing works. When you have your father supporting you in your corner, but is not actually training you in your corner, that's when that chemistry actually works. In my opinion, that's how it only works in boxing.
Round 4 underway. And Mosley Jr. has talked about that in the past. He said kind of the best arrangement for him is to have his father helping him out, giving him tips when their relationship is good, but obviously focusing on his work with Bones Adams, and in addition, his mental training with Brandon Epstein as well. That for him is the perfect recipe. Good shot there from Mosley Jr., a clubbing right hand.
Yeah, and Lozano landed the exact same punch, a clubbing right hand, earlier in the round as well. So both of them tit for tat for the same overhand right.
Shot to the body there from Mosley Jr.
Lozano needs to stop dipping to that same side, to the right side. Mosley's throwing that right hand downstairs, and if he times it right, it's not gonna be good for Lozano. You gotta switch it up. Move to your left hand, move to your right side. Because Mosley Jr. is putting the pressure now. He's looking for those openings. He's creating, trying to create the openings. Good body shots by Lozano.
Well, it's fair to ask coming into this fight whether Lozano could be as clever and crafty as he was before. I mean, remember, he took basically a full year, maybe more, without any boxing-specific training as well. So, you know, it's fair to wonder whether the eye would be as sharp as it used to be.
Anytime you have over 40 fights, I mean, you know how to stay calm under pressure. You know how to take big punches. You know how to fight while you're hurt. You know, so Lozano is a certified veteran. I mean, he's only been stopped 2 times in over 40 fights. I mean, that tells you right there what you have.
moment ago, Lozano scraped the face of Mosley Jr. with a sweeping right hand. Lozano's still backing up, but standing his ground a little bit more often now.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do, and get the respect of Mosley Jr., but something has to be coming back. You're not going to be able to keep up with the activity and the speed of Mosley Jr., but if you can time one in between, that's how you do it with these sharper fighters.
Step in left hook there from Mosley Jr. connected. There was a body shot, a left hook to the body about 20 seconds ago as well. Mosley Jr. doing what he does with that lead hand, kind of offering it, threatening with it, and then letting it go like that.
I like what I'm seeing with Mosley Jr. He's really putting the pressure on. He's going for the knockout. Good body shots right there.
10 seconds. 10
Couple
seconds.
hard body shots from Mosley Jr.
Lozano coming
Off
right
this
back.
round.
Not only are those punches irritating, but they actually, if you catch them at the right spot, they hurt. So Lozano caught him off the tempo right there. I like to see if he can continue doing that.
Round 5 begins. It was a good round for Mosley Jr., but as we saw in the replays, you are slowly starting to see Lozano kind of get his groove back a little bit, which understandable that it might take him a few rounds given the layoff.
Yeah, and it'll serve Mosley Jr. right to focus on the body.
Nice
Focus
counter
on the
over top.
body of Lozano, because Lozano's been stopped 2 times, one of them with a body shot. So he is susceptible down there.
Lozano, of course, most recently lost to Liam Smith, but no shame in that, particularly after what we saw Beefy do to Chris Eubank Jr. recently.
And it was a body shot that did it. See right there, that posturing, that's old Shane Mosley Jr. He needs no more posturing, no more feinting. Double jab, triple jab, feint, go back to the jab, lead right hand.
2 step back, 2 step back, 2 step back, let's go.
This is the thing that we were talking about, Corey, the fact that, he loses focus and concentration. Can he do it all the way to the finish line? He started off fast, he started off doing all the right things, but can he continue it?
Mosley trying to offer that jab a little bit more. Still landing on the gloves of Lozano as he tries to dig downstairs to the body.
Hands up, go.
Mosley hoping for some admonishment from the official, but instead he and Lozano just kind of talk it out amongst one another.
That's the way it should be. Either talk it out or fight it out. Good body shot by both fighters right there.
Good exchange here on the ropes, but it's Mosley that has Lozano backed up.
I love the punch selection by Mosley Jr. having Lozano against the ropes, but he's not giving Lozano a place to hide or place his head. Uppercuts, left hooks, overhand rights, everything. Punches coming from all angles from Mosley Jr. Good sneaky body shot there by Mosley Jr.
There's one from Lozano as well, and a left hook lands upstairs. Good exchange here between Mosley and Lozano.
Mosley Jr. smiling. Lozano letting the punches fly.
Mosley starting to talk to Lozano.
10 seconds, top of the bell. 10 seconds, top of the bell.
Right hand comes in over the top from Lozano as well. Back and forth round in round 5. Good advice from both corners as Mosley Jr. opens up round 6 with a left hook into the gloves of Lozano. You heard Mosley's corner, Bones Adams telling him, try and come up the middle a little bit more with straight shots. Lozano's corner telling him to do what he told us he would have to do, which is utilize a little bit more head movement. And when I heard that from Lozano, I was a little bit curious because that's never really been his game whatsoever. He's always been kind of a high motion type of guy, a lot of jumping in and out, again, high punch output, but he's certainly never been a guy to use that kind of, TikTok stalking, walk you down type style and make you miss.
What's the difference between motion and movement?
Well, I mean, he's moving in a lot of different ways, like this. Sometimes unorthodox.
Perpetual.
Yes. Good shot over the top from Mosley.
Ooh, look, that was a well-timed overhand right by Lozano. You know, tricky veterans, man. You can't fall asleep on veterans, man. They always have something hiding for you. You know, they can be getting beat up, but they're always looking for that one money shot.
Well, and as we take a look at the CompuBox totals, punches landed through round 5. Those numbers a lot tighter than maybe many would have expected for this fight.
Well, you know, Mosley Jr. started off fast, and now he's giving Lozano a little bit of confidence. You know, whenever you're dealing with a fighter like this, you got to take away the confidence. I mean, he got stopped by a body shot. Why not dig down to the body? Just keep focusing down there. Remind him of the last time he got knocked out. Like that right there. See? Mosley Jr. has him against the ropes. Now he's digging away at the body. Lozano's holding on.
Some of the best work of the fight for Mosley Jr.
Let him go, Mario.
You know, I know scoring and calling a fight simultaneously is very difficult, but generally, do you think that there are any rounds thus far that could have been given to Lozano?
Yeah, I think at least one, maybe even two. Look good. He's digging downstairs right there himself, Lozano.
Remember, the Mosley Jr. took this fight on 4 weeks' notice, which he says really means 3 weeks of training. For Lozano, got about 3 weeks' notice, which might be less than that in terms of actual training.
And that's the reason he's fighting at 168 again. It's not his natural weight division, but when you get the opportunity to fight, you can't really shake off that weight like you should.
Hard body shot there from Mosley. Freezes Lozano in place, but he fires back with a couple right hands, and that one pushes Mosley back momentarily.
And the cagey veteran rolling with that shot, coming back with the right uppercut. Tricky moves from the veteran in Lozano.
Fight out of it, gentlemen. Fight out of it.
All those punches didn't land for Mosley Jr. Lozano was looking to roll and counter. And there it is again, another overhand right by Lozano.
Same shot again for Lozano, who is... Round 7 begins. This one's scheduled for 10 in the super middleweight division. Corey Erdman and Sergio Mora on the call for you here tonight. Looking forward to our main event that'll be coming up next between Luis Neri and Azat Hovhannissian.
Good popping jab there by Mosley Jr. I would like to see him just, you know, a minute of jabbing right there because Lozano's looking to counter. So don't give him that counter for 1 minute. Then you can surprise him with a body shot. See how Lozano right there threw an overhand right over the jab of Mosley Jr. So right now just jab away. Make it a jab fest for 1 minute. Different types of jab. Thumb up, thumb down, different speeds. Jab to the chest, jab to the body.
Keep your punches up. Keep your punches up. Okay.
Frustrate the veteran.
Well, he's being forced to because Lozano is establishing himself in the center of the ring a lot more often than he was early on. He's growing in confidence. And he's not just languishing with his back against the ropes. He is spending time there, but more often Lozano is holding his ground.
Yeah, but it's not that he's being pushed back against the ropes. He's actually willingly staying against the ropes. Older fighters like to stay against the ropes because that's where they're comfortable. You know, they're not utilizing any of their strength. They're not sapping their legs. They're just against the ropes, bouncing off. And if the referee's not telling you to get off the ropes, you can actually use the ropes to your advantage in defense.
And as we see, according to CompuBox, best round of the fight for Mario Lozano, 20 punches landed, outlanding Mosley Jr. in the 6th round. And also to that point, Sergio, of course, you know, we remind you that Mario Lozano had some questions about his own conditioning. So when you're against the ropes, you could maybe save a little bit of energy there.
You want to quote him again? Hey, I'm here.
I mean, I think he said, I'm here, so I have to try.
Yeah, something like that. It was basically, we'll find out. And there it is right there with a sneaky overhand right by Lozano. It missed, but that's what Mosley Jr. is tentative now. You know, he's not throwing the combinations he was throwing in the first 2 rounds. Now he's actually worried about what's coming back from Lozano.
And Lozano is backing him up. Lozano doing much more than just trying right now. He is getting the better of Shane Mosley Jr. here in round 7.
You don't wake up the sleeping giant of a veteran, of a guy that's been as many fights as Lozano. He's been in there with champions. You know, don't let him get confidence, man. You just got to keep popping that jab.
10 seconds, stop at the bell. 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Good flurry at the bell here from Mosley Jr.
Really good flurry by Mosley Jr.
When you saw Bones Adams really boost the spirits of Mosley Jr. in the corner there, you got a smile from Mosley Jr. before he got up off a stool. This round 8 now begins. Round 6 and 7, pretty solid for Mario Lozano. Mosley Jr. closed that last round pretty well. But Lozano with a pretty impressive performance given the circumstances. Remember, it wasn't all that long ago that he gave a really tough fight to Patrick Teixeira and was within a couple of points on the scorecards.
I like to see both these fighters start throwing uppercuts. I haven't seen no uppercuts from neither fighter. And there's an opening there, especially for Lozano. That's one of his favorite punches, the left uppercut. I haven't seen him throw that shot, and it's probably because Mosley Jr. hasn't closed that space and made it available.
Yeah, it's a good point, Sergio. I think oftentimes, you know, as spectators will call for shots that they haven't thrown, but perhaps there's a reason for that. It's because they're not always available. It's not because they haven't been trying to create them or aren't thinking about them.
Exactly. You know, just because you do something well doesn't mean your opponent's going to let you do it.
Hard right hand down the middle there from Mosley. Lozano fires back with one of his own, and another scrapes across the face of Mosley Jr.
So right here, good shot. There's the uppercut right there, Corey. That is a punch that was being neglected, and finally it landed. I want to see more punches from both these fighters coming from the bottom, uppercuts.
A good uppercut. He wrapped a right hand around the elbow of Lozano as well, but again, Lozano just continues to hustle and make Mosley think about what's coming back.
You don't get over 40 fights in this game and only being stopped twice by not being crafty. We know that Mario Lozano is cagey in there. He's always looking for a good shot. He's not going to keep up in volume with you, but he's going to try to hurt you with ones and twos.
Lozano's corner telling him right now, you need to throw 3 and 4 punch combinations, and you need to start applying a little bit more pressure.
Well, I mean, the corner might expect or want that from Lozano, but I don't think Lozano may have the conditioning and the legs in the 8th and 9th and 10th round.
Hard right hand connects for Mosley. A popping jab right behind it, and there's the uppercut once again.
The uppercut's going to be the money punch, man. Mosley needs to start throwing those uppercuts, and I think he might be able to catch Lozano before the final bell.
Hold on. Let's go. 9 round.
2 to go here in our co-main event between Shane Mosley Jr. and Mario Lozano. Lozano offering not just resistance, but some serious resistance in some of these rounds. And Sergio, as you pointed out, I think there are some early rounds that you can give to Lozano. Rounds 6 and 7 were very good for him as well. So you do start to think about what the scorecards are looking like right now.
I still think Mosley Jr. is in control, but I see what you're seeing. Absolutely, Lozano has been, stealing the thunder from Mosley Jr. Just when he's, it's getting good for him for a minute and a half, a good couple of shots by Lozano changes the opinion, sways the opinion of what you're watching.
And we see the CompuBox numbers, the totals through round 8, very close. And again, this is not how you score fights, but it is a broad picture of what we've been seeing in totality in this fight, as Mosley Jr. just narrowly outlanding Lozano to this point in the fight.
No, just because I don't have Lozano winning doesn't mean he's not in this fight. He's holding his own. He got the respect of Mosley Jr. Like right there, he landed a good 2 right hands right there, right on the money. And here was the point I made earlier, Corey, the fact that Mosley Jr., does he have that focus and concentration for the entire fight? Can he do it all the way to the finish line? He was looking like money. He was looking like Shane Jr. in the first couple of rounds, but now it's Lozano coming on. And it's not fatigue, it's a lack of concentration that Mosley Jr. lacks.
Well, you see blood now coming from the nose of Mario Lozano, and very interesting, our Beto Duran just passed us a note that in between rounds, the referee actually asked Lozano if he wanted to continue, and he took a deep breath and decided that he did. His corner was asking him if he was tired or not.
What? I think
yeah, it's not what I'm seeing.
Both these guys are breathing with their mouth open, and look at Mosley Jr.'s mouth. It's wide open as well. He took this fight on short notice, so we got to give him credit for that. Lozano did too, so you can expect them to be tired in the ninth round.
Final 30 seconds of round 9. Good uppercut there from Mosley.
And by the way, it's very dangerous to be fighting with your mouth open. You know, mouthpiece or not, you get hit with one clean shot, your jaw's broken.
And Lozano pawing at his nose more and more often. And we'll see what happens in the corner of Lozano after this round, but some interesting developments that we were not anticipating in his corner after round 8.
I think adrenaline's going to get him past the last round. He'll be fine.
Final round.
Attempted final round as Mario Lozano whispers something to Shane Mosley Jr., perhaps a sign of respect as they go at it here in the opening 20 seconds. Now Lozano starting to move forward to try and back Mosley Jr. up.
Just like I said, adrenaline's going to get him past the finish line. And look, he went from huffing and puffing to putting the pressure and fighting on the front foot now. That's adrenaline for you, Corey. A good right hand there by Lozano.
Left hand.
Well, this fight's really gone the way that many of Lozano's fights have as he stepped up in competition. You know, he's in every round. He's making you work for every round. He might not win those rounds, but he's good. He's going to throw his hands.
Yeah, and that's the reason he keeps getting the phone calls and getting opportunities.
Perhaps those phone calls will resume. He said that they just were not coming over the last 3 years, or if they were at weights that he was just not comfortable fighting at.
Good right hook there by Mosley Jr.
A win or lose here tonight, he could certainly see the utility for Mario Lozano in testing other fighters in this weight neighborhood. Good shot to the body there from Mosley Jr.
Hey, stop the talking, box.
Mosley Jr. being admonished for talking. Nothing will quiet a fighter like a right hand to the mouth, though.
Stop the talking, box. Break.
Good shot from Lozano a moment ago.
Lozano went from fatigue to fighting on the front foot, backing up Mosley Jr. Look at him, see? That's adrenaline right there. That's a cagey veteran knowing that 3 more minutes are gonna fly by because he knows the end is near.
Well, maybe he decided he only has 3 minutes of this type of fighting, but he saved it for the 10th and final round as he digs a left hook downstairs. Straight right hand connects from Lozano.
And if some of these early rounds, well, middle rounds have gone to Lozano, I mean, this is a very good round for him right here. He's had Mosley Jr. backing up, breathing with his mouth open. Lozano's landing clean shots, doing the work. This is where the focus that I was talking about goes out the window for Mosley Jr.
Good combination on the inside from Lozano and another right hand.
Oh, good body shot by Mosley Jr. It was a right uppercut that finally backed up Lozano.
Good action to wrap this one up.
Lozano's hurt to the body. Mosley Jr. knows it.
But not enough time to capitalize. A credit to Mario Lozano.
Now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Rudy Barragan scores his contest 190. Judge Zachary Young has the bout 99-91. Same score for Dr. Lou Moret. To the winner by unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Pomona, California, Shane